Welcome back, guys, to Casillas Auto Paint. We got this charger that we're going to be working on. As you can see, it has quarter panel damage. So what we're going to be doing is actually step number one. I already took off the lining from the inside. We're going to go ahead and push this out as much as we can. And then what we're going to do is actually grind this down all the way to the metal. And we're going to pull it out as far as we possibly can. And we're going to see if we can save this bumper too, because the bumper is actually not cracked. Plastic forms back if you heat it up, guys. So I'll be showing you a little bit of tricks. We're going to be using maybe a heat gun. And if I can't get it to form back, then we're going to get a new bumper. Because I'd rather have it look brand new than a little bit tweaked. So we'll mess with the bumper afterwards. So step one, guys, we're going to go ahead and knock this out. And then we're going to pull it out as far as we possibly can, because this is crunched pretty bad. So I took off the light, and we're going to be test fitting that light and make sure it fits properly. So stay tuned, and I'll be showing you guys some more stuff on this. Hey, how's it going, guys? Check this out, this charger that we're working on. Went ahead and pulled this out as much as I could. I know it doesn't look so great right now, and what you want to make sure you do is you don't pull it out far enough, because if you pull it out too far, and you're knocking it back in, pulling out too far, you're gonna weaken up the metal. So make sure, you guys, you only pop it out enough so you know you can actually fix it and fill it in. So what we're gonna be doing here is I'm just actually sanding by hand a little, and I make sure I get all the edges and stuff, so when I do put this filler on here, it's not so much that's on there. So give me a few minutes, guys, and we'll get back to you, and I'll show you how I apply this filler on there and how to sand it down, and so it sticks real good and you don't have too much Bondo buildup, because you only want about at the maximum, like at the max, like maybe a little half inch. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll show you how to get this done. Almost all the way out. See? Check it out. We got to fill in a couple little more spots. Make sure you don't have no high spots, guys. And we're going to be ready for, we're going to prep it and be ready for primer pretty soon. Alright, guys, we're back to this charger. Last time you seen it, it was actually primered gray. I use that gray primer for one reason. I use DuPont primer because it's really thick. You mix it, it's supposed to be 4 to 1, but I actually mix it 4 half. so it's a half of one. So you put this much primer and you're gonna put this much of reducer in it. And I do it like that on purpose so you get the thickness, so it covers up all kinds of craters, holes, or little pinholes, or whatever you have. You sand that down with 320, and that's exactly what I did here. And this stuff is super great, guys. This Transtar Primer 2-in-1 red oxide. Why I decided to use this, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, is because this car is red already. It's red. So if I use a gray primer, what's gonna happen is I have to put more coats of actual base coat, and it might change the color. So what you guys wanna do is this primer in the spray can, I know you guys are looking at it like, oh, it's a spray can primer. This spray can primer Transtar is very thick and it's really good, but what I'm actually using it for is not for the thickness, I'm using it for the color. So this is my undercoat red. The car's red, I'm using red oxide, so it takes less paint to cover. So I put about 2 coats on there, and then I'm gonna sand it with 600 wet, and then we're ready to go. And then we're ready to actually shoot the what's called the base coat. So this stuff right here, guys, Transtar, works really good. 2 coats, do not pack on a whole bunch. Like with this primer at first, make sure you shake the can very, very well. Really good, about like 5 minutes, just keep shaking and shaking it. You don't want all that solvent to go on the bottom to actually come up, because if you shoot it, it could peel back if you don't shake it well enough. So make sure you guys shake it real good. 2 coats only, don't pack this on, 2 coats, and then that's it, you're ready to wet sand in probably about 15 minutes. It does take a little bit longer to dry, but it's not bad overall. And you guys will see me wet sanding it, I'll walk you through it. All right, guys, this is the second coat of Transtar 2-in-1 Primer Red Oxide. So you shake it up, make sure you prime it. You want to make sure you're getting that wet look on there, guys, so you know you're applying it correctly. And that's it. See? As good as that. So when I sprayed, I'm about, I don't know, you probably call that about maybe 6 to 8 inches away. And make sure your hand is steady, guys. Don't super fast. So you know, when you come to one side, let go of the spray can. And you come to the other side, let go. That way it saves you guys more primer. All right, guys, stay tuned. I'll be showing you guys more tips. They have this in basically 3 different colors. They have it in black, light gray, dark gray, and they have it in red. Those are, I believe, the colors that they have for this. So remember, guys, if it's a black car, you know, try to primer it black. And if it's, say, a silver car, try to primer it a light gray. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, so check this out. Basically, all right, this is your normal wet sanding sheet. It's a 600, and I always hold them over like this. That way you got 3 panels you could sand with. So basically make sure it's wet. And you can go in whatever direction you want. The way I was trained is I like to go in a circular motion. So sometimes I go straight, but basically you go in whatever direction you guys want to. It's 600 wet that I'm using right now. Make sure you don't remove and sand all your primer off, guys. So basically this is just about done right here. So what we're going to do now is, this is a 3M eraser. And basically what you do is with water sand, basically just go like this, just drag it along, and it'll take all the water right off, and you'll be able to see your surface very quickly. See, it dries up. That's what this does basically, it dries up, and you can see your surface. So see, everything right here is sanded very well. Yes, you can see the gray behind it, because I did put red oxide on top of the gray. Remember, guys, I used 2 different types of primers, and that's fine. That's perfectly 100% fine. So the sanding of the 600 is completely done now. So wipe off your general area, and you're going to check right now. What we're going to be doing is checking for pinholes and other tiny little things that we had, like because we did use filler, guys. So I like to wipe down the cars, you know, just the general spots. I don't like to have everything super dirty. So just like this. You don't have to wipe it down with no degreaser or nothing, not yet. Give it a few seconds. So there you guys go. Right there, right here. This is a perfect surface right now, actually to lay down your base coat. So of course you're not gonna lay it down right now, you're gonna make it dry and stuff, dry properly, and mask the whole car. So see, the whole damaged area is back to factory. It's normal. So we use the DuPont primer. Remember, four to a half to mix it, and then the spray can Transtar 2-in-1 red oxide, because the car is red. So now what we're going to be doing to finish it off is we have to. Okay, so this was 600, right, guys? 600 wet sand. So basically everything else, because we're going to keep its existing same color, so we're going to do everything else with 1,000 wet. Okay, so you'll be seeing me do that right now. That's the next step. You guys got to use this eraser when you wet sand, so you guys can check your work and see exactly where you guys are sanding. That way, when you sand, it'll be dull wherever you sand. So that's fine. Do it right now. A lot of the times people would outline the things first. I believe that's a waste of time, number one, and I believe it's a waste of materials. So what I'm doing here is the most easiest way and the fastest. So you can save time and save your own materials. So you're not outlining nothing, you outline while you're bagging the car, while you're actually masking it. The last process of degreasing and cleaning. As you can see, it's already masked all off. What I do is I use the prep ball and spray it on my towel. That way you don't get crevices that have prep ball that haven't dried, because if this stuff doesn't dry, you will get a reaction. You will get fish eyes on your guys' paint. So be really careful. You guys don't be spraying this stuff all over the place. Make sure whatever you put on, you clean it. And this is double toweled. 2 towels, and this, the drying one, is two towels in it. You don't want to try to be skimming out on towels, because your hands do have oil on there. So make sure you wash your hands before you even do this process. Wash your hands with a nice soap. So you put it on and you wipe it off, guys. basically this is the charger again. We went ahead and just sprayed color right here. Remember, like I told you, but I didn't take it all the way here. What you see is it's basically fogged on over here. So basically right here, I sprayed the paint, and as I go this way, what you do to fog it on is you move your wrist. You just do a little snap of the wrist this way. So basically it fogs on the paint, because you don't want to change the color here, because this existing color here matches with the doors. And you know, red fades right away. So like if this car is 5-6 years old, this red over here is not going to be 100% with the one here. So what we're doing is, even though it's color matched, you want to blend it in. So you put the paint here, kind of fog it out that way, and that's what I did basically. So this is all the area right here where that was damaged. So you can see this 3 coats of it is perfectly back to stock normal now. So what we're going to be doing now is just waiting about like 5 minutes, and we're going to come back and we're going to clear the whole thing. So clear the whole panel, guys. Don't try to take no shortcuts. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, you could have saved paint, because what you could do with this body line here is you could actually throw blender this way. But no, you don't want to do that, because number one fact is that after 5 or 6 months, your clear is going to peel back. So no blending happens here. I don't blend none of that stuff. You paint the whole, you paint where you need to, and you clear the whole panel, guys. So clear the whole panel. That will give you maximum life for the paint that you're actually laying down. So stay tuned, and we're going to be showing you how we clear this. It's going to be pretty quickly done. So 2 coats of clears, guys, and this is ready on its way out.